With money investing in crypto, I find there can be a lot of extra emotions in the way when we're trying to get involved and get things started and the momentum rolling. I found that for myself, which is why I fortunately had a mentor and a friend help me out along the way in a very big way. But when I was getting involved with crypto, that was my first touch point to investing. I definitely did not know how to manage my money. It was something that I feared doing. When I was in the corporate engineering world, I did the corporate world, and I find the corporate world quite honestly does a really good job at keeping you in the system and stressing you out, or we stress ourselves out in a way that it's like, how much extra energy do I have? And I found that doing anything finance related when I was in that world felt very heavy, and a lot of it was because I was avoiding it. And so in today's video, what my main intention is I want to soften for you the emotions around investing in case if it does feel quite daunting. Because quite honestly, sometimes it's just some of the emotions that are there, some of the meaning that we give things. But if we can start to talk about what investing actually is, I find talking about it helps soften some of the emotions to be like, oh, I actually understand what it is on a very simple level. If I can understand a bird's eye view what it is, which I'm sure many of you do know, the more we can talk about it and go back to first principles, you can be like, oh, I understand the game that I'm playing. I'm not missing the picture here. This is how wealth is built, and this is the game that smart money plays. So today I'm going to be talking a lot about the energetics of investing, and then you can also relay that over into crypto, very quite simply. So first off, hey, I'm Whitney Magic. This is the home where I love talking about building financial wealth, freedom through crypto investing, and throwing in a little dash of spirituality, consciousness, and energetics. When I first was getting involved with crypto, this was 2020. My first touch point was I had left my engineering career, flew on over abroad to Bali in New Zealand, and I pulled my retirement fund out. And like I said, I had my friend and mentor help me into the space. So all of 2020 for me was a sabbatical that I chose for myself and that I created, where I was living off of my savings. At that time, I also was challenging myself to be able to live quite life on the cheap so that I could have more runway and more capital in the market. I definitely challenged myself in a lot of ways, and I find that extra little challenge definitely helped move a lot of emotions in my relationship to money, because I was actually taking physical action. So anyways, the reason I dropped this in is just because when I was getting involved with investing and with crypto, my financial literacy was nada. And so I jumped straight on into things, started taking action, had help. And also I was consuming a lot of information. I was consuming a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of podcasts, which were all great because it was all repetition of me really studying how does money move in the world, and how does smart money in particular really build wealth and have wealth compound out for you. So one of the big themes that kept coming up for me time and time again, so I share this where I'm just I can tell you now, but in the moment when I was really learning, I was trying to get all the pieces together to understand if I understood the whole game of investing, that I couldn't tell this back to you. So this one took a few years to really understand. But anyways, the short of it, what investing fundamentally is we all know the saying, it's buy low, sell high. And so when we're looking at investing, what we're doing is we're saying we want to buy something today. We want to buy something in the present moment today. And in the future, there will be a demand where price will go up. And as investors, we all the guys talking about numbers this and stats that, fundamentally what they're trying to say is, if you're tracing things in an energetic sense, they're tracing an energy cord. And they're saying right now, price is here, the energy cord. And in the future, there will be this demand that has price go up, and therefore the energy cord is moving up, because more people will be like, oh, I want to buy this. I want to buy this. I want to buy this. Oh, I have a need for this. Oh, there's this news coming in. Oh, there's that. And so quite simply, investing is a game of buying low and selling high, but it's more of saying There's energy right here in this thing, and it is undervalued right now, and not as many people are looking at this. And in the future, there will be this rise up in energy, and price will go up because there will be more attention, there will be more want, there will be more demand for whatever reason. And that's why us as investors get to be rewarded. And so the game of investing is simply buy low, sell high. But more than anything, it's spotting energy flow. It's saying, today, there's less economic energy. Today, there's less money in the system than where it will be in the future. And so that's the first part of investing, is I like to break it down on an energetic sense. Buy low, sell high. That's the game we play. But it's tracing the energy cord. Part number 2 of being an investor in the game that we are playing is, as an investor, so like that's the game, is buy low, sell high. But as an investor, what is your job? Your job is simply to make decisions. And so I found for myself over the years, like I can tell you, been up 6 figures, down 6 figures, and everything else in between. And the game of investing is being able to make decisions. It's simply, do I buy now? Do I hold now? Or do I sell now? It's making a decision. And that job, if you want to break it down super simply, it's just making decisions. And so let's look into what does it mean to actually make decisions? Well, with decisions, you need to gather information. So you need to source your information correctly from sources that you like and people that you resonate with. And what actually is the stuff that you're looking for? So as you're building out your investing mindset, what you're doing is you're trying to first off see a landscape of what's going on, but also you're picking to be who feels like truth to me? What information, what facts do I need to be able to study the reality and the truth of where we are actually at today? So I particularly really love investing because it's a game of hunting and finding the truth. And then the other part of investing, so when we're still getting into the decision-making aspect, is it's your job to be able to know, do I buy, sell, or hold? And so yes, you need to source the right information, but also you as a human, you have to make sure that you have to ask yourself, if we're talking about emotions here, how is your life structured in those moments to make decisions? Is there something that is imbalanced with your personal life that is reflecting into your decisions? Is there something that's often relationships, home environment? Is there someone else who's chiming in your ear for whatever reason? I like to bring all these things up because for myself, I've experienced so many times where when my home situation has been off, and when my home has been off, I've made decisions that have been out of scarcity. And I've forced myself in different ways to be oh, I need to sell here, or I need to rush into there. And what I'm doing when I'm rushing myself is I'm rushing a decision and I'm not seeing the full picture. And so the game of being an investor is, okay, we want to buy low, sell high. So we want to spot that energy pattern. To do that, we want to be able to see the full picture of what's going on. To be able to see the full picture of what's going on and make a decision that's in alignment with where we are at, we have to be able to see all the facts and the information of what we actually need, so gather it all. But then we actually need to process it as a human. So the simple thing is, I'm going to just recap it one more time, is we are here to be able to make decisions. And I find the more that I can talk to myself and remind myself that it's just a game of making decisions, the easier it can all become when I'm simply just okay, so there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of excitement. Hey, Whitney, what information do you need right now to be able to feel free to make a decision? It's quite simply, what information do I need? And I find the more that we can simplify the game, the more empowered you can become to be oh, I understand what, yes, no, move, great. Hold my positions, awesome. And ultimately that way, you get to set yourself free to go live your life, to not be tied to the charts, to not be tied to the market. Instead, you can be I have my belief, I have my confidence, I have my conviction. As an investor, as a human, I am building my wealth and my growth, and it's making me so happy to be able to see how things are moving in my life. And that's the point we want to get you to, where the emotions can be soft enough, where you can speak objectively enough, where you can also allow the emotions to flow through your body and not give it this massive big meaning. because you're doing great. So I hope this landed. I hope this resonated. Let me know in the comments. Please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share with a friend. But my whole goal and intention is to make the whole investing process a lot softer and easier for yourself emotionally, because I personally know, I know how stressful it can be at times. So sending you so much love, big hugs, and I'll see you again tomorrow.